Welcome back to the LNC Painter YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be working on this beauty Audi R8. As you can see, we installed the 1016 carbon fiber hood, and customer wants it to paint match to the car. Not going to be all painted. We're going to leave the center carbon exposed, as well as these vents are going to remain carbon. It looks good from the front, but from the side, this kind of throws it off. So I think once it's painted, it's gonna flow a lot better. This is gonna look pretty sweet once we're done with it. So we're gonna mask it up along the inner line here, and then just take it all the way back. So let's get the car inside. I'm gonna show you guys how I go about prepping it, cleaning it, mixing the paint, getting the color match, masking it up, doing the fine line tape and all the good stuff, and then we'll see the final product once we're all done with it. Let's go. All right, so I masked around the hood with my yellow tape. That way we don't accidentally scuff or sand the parts that we're not painting. We are painting the hood off the car, and we'll take it off once I prep it. This way it's gonna stay solid planted, and I can properly prep it. We can take it off, clean it, and then get into the spray booth. All right, I got my 600 grit DA with the soft pad in between. I'm gonna prep all the areas that we're gonna paint with 600, and then we'll do 1000 where I'm just gonna clear coat. All right, everything is prepped with 600, everything that we'll be painting. So this kind of gonna be the theme. These scoops are gonna stay carbon, the center is gonna stay carbon, and then the rest is gonna match the body color. Nardo gray. Now that we went over this with 600, I'm gonna go over the center piece with 1000 grit. That way we don't leave any deep scratches, and once we clear coat it, it's gonna be super clear and super clean. All right, so before we can start painting, we gotta mask the underside of the hood because we're not gonna paint it. It's all gonna be carbon. And what I like to do before I mask it up is I literally spray isopropyl alcohol, rubbing alcohol from CVS. I spray it on my microfiber towel, and I go over all the edges. This is gonna make sure that there's no wax or any contaminants, and our tape is gonna stick really well. Little tip for you guys, works very, very well. The inside is masked up. Took a little bit of time, but got a nice clean lines. Masked up the scoops, and no overspray. We'll get inside. So now let's flip it over, and we'll mask the scoop. Now on to the outside of the hood, and for this part, what I like to do is first I'm gonna run a fine line tape outside of where I'll be masking the actual scoop. We'll be masking in the inner line, but I'm gonna use the outer tape as a template. That way I can mask up the inside and then do my fine line afterwards. That's gonna give me a better picture to make sure it's really centered and even on both sides. Otherwise, if you try and mask the center before you do your fine line, it's gonna throw you off a bit, and it's not gonna look too great, I don't think. But let's do that first, and then I'll let you guys see what it looks like. And I'm gonna use this 3M Scotch part number 6301. It's a 1/4 inch tape, but I like this tape because it doesn't really bend, so it's gonna give you a nice clean straight line. Somewhat centered. Once I got to the end of the curved area, because it's flat right here, I used this line as a template to kind of be parallel with it. Same on this side. So as I was saying, once I got to the end of the scoop where it's flat, I used this as a template to kind of be parallel with it on both sides. And the measurements I'm getting from that corner is I'm at exactly 10 where the line ends. And on this side, look at that. That was like freestyle, like literally super symmetrical, 10 inches on both sides, looking beautiful. And then after I mask the paper up here, then I'm gonna use this line as a template and I'm gonna run a fine line right inside of it. That way I know for sure it's gonna be symmetrical, centered, and perfect. Take our template tape off. And that's all there is to it. So, hope you guys find it useful. This way works each and every time for me. So, let me know in the comments below if you're a painter, what's your way, or if my way is also good. All right, now that we're cleaned up, masked up, I got my gray sealer mixed up. We're gonna do my 2 coats. I'm gonna do 2 coats because first coat I do very light, especially around the fine line tape. That way it doesn't seep underneath or bleed through the tape. And then we'll do a regular coat over everything just so we get the full coverage of the sealer. And it's gonna give us a nice undercoat for our base coat. Our color code is LY7C and the color is Nardo Gray. Got it mixed up. We'll be using my Sagola 4600 Extreme built-in digital gauge and DVR Aqua 1.3 cap to spray our base coat. Our sealer is dry. It's been about 20 minutes and as you can see it completely flashed off. and we're ready to go. I'm gonna apply my 2 coats, solid Nardo gray. Make sure each coat is dry before applying the second one. And once both coats are dry, we can move on to our clear coat. All right, we are based up and time to unmask the center carbon section. Everything looks good. Let's unmask it and see what it looks like. Gonna unmask the inner one first. When you pull it, you want to pull it at a 45-degree angle. That way it cuts instead of peels the base or the sealer in the base coat. Very important. Wow, look at that, perfect line. Never fails me. Now we can take all this paper off too. I got my spray out card just to make sure the color is good, and let's see if we can get the right angle. All right, it's time for clear, and I'll be using my Sagola 4600 digital with the DVR titania cap made for clear coat 1.3 as well. And the clear coat I'm using is the EC520 ECH 5075 hardener. I got everything mixed up. Our hood is dry and unmasked, ready for clear coat. The main difference between the two guns is they're identical except for the cap. The DVR Aqua cap for base coat is a little different from clear coat. You can see it has the 3 holes on each side of the needle, whereas the base coat one has 1. This one lays out the clear coat super clean, super smooth, and atomizes the liquid very nicely. So highly recommend if you're looking for some new guns, check out Sagola's. Very clean, very nice guns, especially with the built-in gauge and the built-in pressure regulator. Let's shoot our clear coat. We're gonna do 2 coats, like always. Flash it off about 5-7 minutes between coats. Apply it nice and wet, medium wet. Make it super shiny. Let's go. Alright, our Audi R8 hood is finally painted, looking beautiful. We're ready to install it. Let's take a quick look, see what it looks like. Check it out. Looking clean. Love the carbon. Got a nice, super crisp line. Nothing makes me happier than seeing that straight, crisp line. And then there's some scoops that go here. They're gonna remain carbon, so it'll kind of tie it all in, and it's gonna look beautiful. But yeah, turned out very clean. No dirty spots, no buffing needed. I think there's a few, there's one. I think there's one right here. We'll clean that one up. But other than that, very, very nice. The bottom was masked up. We can flip the hood over and unmask it right now, but very, very happy with how it looks in here. Hopefully, once we get it outside, installed on the car, color match is gonna match, and we can send the car home. Quick, easy job. Another happy customer. Let's go. All right, so this thing looks super clean. Color's on point. What's throwing us off is the little fender section as well as the bumper. They do have the clear protective film on it, the PPF, paint protection film, which does give it a super yellow finish. Basically, it adds like a yellow hue to it just because it's so thick, meant to protect from scuffs and scratches. You can even see on the corner that the bumper where the clear PPF doesn't touch, it's a lot bluer than the rest of it. Same with this decal. This thing doesn't have PPF on it, and you can see it's a lot darker. You can see how the fender looks a lot yellower than the door. Even though that's the original color, it has a PPF on it, and it's throwing the color off a little bit. So it matches the bumper because they both have it. Our hood is matched to the door, obviously. I'm not gonna try and match it to the yellowish PPF wrapped body parts. So very happy with the color. A lot of cars come completely wrapped, and you gotta be careful trying to match to what's on the car. You got to match what's underneath the car, the original paint. And if the owner does decide, which he probably will, put PPF on the hood, then it's gonna blend in beautifully. Other than that, color looks beautiful. Lines are sharp. Carbon fiber is clean. And it looks like it just belongs there. We have yet to glue the carbon fiber scoops, but yeah, we'll get to it after we detail it and get it ready for the customer. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you learned something. I showed you guys my technique for doing fine line tapes, making it a clean job. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Also, if you like the video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, comment below, let me know what you guys think about it. And if you're new to the channel and you like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss any new videos. That is going to be it for today. We'll see you guys on the next one.